Yeah, for that story about the University of Pittsburgh student that's missing or possibly deceased in the DR, yeah, that's the reason why I don't do girls' trips.
Her friends should have never left her. Okay? I don't care how intoxicated, I don't care how badly she wanted to stay with that man on the beach. They should have never left her.
And I'm not saying that he's the one who did it, but I do feel like he either did it or he know who did it, because it is possible that, like they said, this is alleged that somebody was following him around, they gave him bad drinks or put something in their drinks or something like that. So he could have known who did it or seen somebody did it, but they was like, don't tell, or we going blank and blank to your family. So that could have been a thing. I definitely think he leaving parts out and he knows more than what he's alleging, because like, say if that did happen, like, or like, where is she? Like, and then the friends, they didn't even think to be like, oh no, let's not go on this excursion before we know where Sudiksha was. She was with that guy last night and we can't just go on this excursion. Also, he didn't immediately report like that she drowned, quote unquote, allegedly, like he's saying, which I definitely don't. I'm not buying that drowning thing. I do think either he took her and hid her body somewhere like Natalie Holloway, or somebody else took her and threatened him, and he just know what happened.
A, she consumed alcohol as a woman. B, she was obviously dressed in a certain manner that's okay in westernized societies, but in the traditional South Asian sense, no. And C, she was obviously engaged in romantic affairs with somebody of the opposite gender premarital. Three things that a traditional South Asian parent would not be okay with, and might have to do with the reasoning behind why Sudiksha's parents have wanted her to be announced. I'm not saying this is the sole reason. Obviously, they want to have some sort of closure, and this might be their way of getting a closure, but this is a consideration.
Why were Joshua Ribie's personal items that he left on the beach stolen, but Sudiksha Konanki's items were left untouched? So we know that the last reported image of her was at 4:17 a.m. and it showed her and Joshua Ribie arm in arm head towards the beach with a group of friends. Okay, now at 4:55 a.m. it's reported that the friends leave and go back to the hotel, leaving Joshua and Sudiksha alone in the beach, the water, what have you. We know now, according to Ribie, there have been a few accounts of what he said happened. Basically, there was a large wave that took them over. He tried to revive her. Prior to that, there was some kissing. And at a certain point, he thought she was walking away, but then he started vomiting. There's just a lot. Ultimately, what we do know is that he left the beach without her. Okay, so that's just a fact that we have right now. One thing I do find interesting about his testimony, which I guess he clears up by saying at this point he started vomiting, but he asked her if she was okay when, he was reviving her from this drowning situation, and he never heard an answer back. He said, he started vomiting or passing out at this point, so he never heard her respond, which I find to be interesting, because what happens next, he says he gets to shore, he passes out, ends up waking up to mosquitoes and the sun, and assumes that she left, grabbed her belongings and left. Now, if you didn't hear someone respond if they were okay or not, you would imagine that would make you concerned, right? And what we now know, I'm kind of jumping around, is that her clothes, so her beach wrap and her sandals, were found on a beach chair. Now, I don't know where Joshua ended up, sunbathing for the couple hours while he woke up, but he could clearly see, if he was in the same area, that her items were still there, so she did not pick up her things and go. Question, whether or not he was in the same place where they left their things. But it should be noted that Joshua entered the hotel at 8:55 a.m. without his shirt, his shoes, and supposedly room key.
It was also revealed by Joshua's uncle that at the time he was with Sudiksha in waist-deep water, talking and kissing, he already had a girlfriend at the university where he goes to school. But Joshua's family still backs him and says he's a great kid and he wouldn't hurt a fly, and his friends just released this statement saying the Rock Rapids community stands behind and supports Joshua Ribe and his family. And Joshua himself has spoken out saying, "I'm just trying to help them out. The ocean is a dangerous place."
Okay, shame on them women. Shame on you. If you see this, you should feel bad. Okay? Because you are in a totally different place, a different country. And what, you thought you were safe because of that person was from the States? You thought you were safe because he wasn't a Dominican? If anything, if he's a twisted weirdo from the States, he would look at the DR as an opportunity to do something crazy, violatory to this woman. You got to think about it. He's not from the area. They don't know him. There's waves. It's dark out. The law enforcement isn't probably not like American law enforcement. If he really wanted to do something, he might think to himself, yo, this is the opportunity. It's dark. I'll probably get away with this right now. Do something and put the body in the water. I'm not saying, like, I hope that's not what happened. You know what I mean? Pray to God, like, they find this girl. I mean, people think that she just got swept away, and I would have thought that too if that man didn't open his mouth. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you open your mouth and you're like, yeah, no, I saved her, but I passed out afterwards. Whoa, red flags. You understand? Red flags. But if he did have something to do with anything, they're going to have to recover her body and see if there's anything more to the story. You know what I mean? But his story and those friends that left her, it's just like, yo, like, I'm a man. And I would, like, let me tell you something. If I was drunk, let's say me and my boys, we go to DR, we get wasted, right? And the same exact scenario, and there's two girls that are strangers, I wouldn't even let my bro stay on the beach late night in the wee hours of the morning with a strange chick that he doesn't know, and we men, let alone the other way around. That makes no sense to me, because I'm like, oh, she might have somebody in the cut. Oh, no, actually, no, she would have been from the States. But regardless, it doesn't even matter. She could be crazy. She might know somebody that I don't know from DR, slip something in the drink. Like, I don't know what it is. So shame on them, on those friends too.